What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost and GeeksGamers.com. And after Sage Steele got in a little bit of hot water with ESPN and Disney over her comments regarding their vaccine mandates and how totalitarian she thought it was, and also threw a little shade at former President Barack Obama, you knew that Jemele Hill would eventually come out of the woodwork, and she did. Jemele Hill had to comment on this and basically says that she thinks that Sage Steele should have been punished, should have been suspended for her comments. Now, we're going to listen to her comments and what they were, and then look at what Jemele Hill thinks that they were. Because honestly, it's really not that much. These comments, these terrible things that Sage Steele reportedly said, are massive nothing burgers. Jemele Hill is someone who went on to her network and called Donald Trump a white supremacist. Compare that to the types of things that Sage Steele is saying. But all this entire thing shows is that you can have someone in Sage Steele who is a minority, is a woman, but because she doesn't think the right way, these people want her canceled, these people want her fired. I want you guys to listen to what Sage Steele actually said and judge for yourself before we listen to what Jemele Hill says about it. I think the first one up is the Obama comment. This is nothing. This is not a big deal. It's a little tiny speck of shade, but because it's against their savior Obama, they have to come out against it.
When you fill out your census, I'm like, well, I don't know when the last time I filled out my census was, but if they make you choose a race, she's like, what are you going to put? I go, well, both. She's like, well, you can't. She goes, well, what if Barack Obama chose black and he's biracial? I'm like, well, congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I go, I think that's fascinating considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey, you do you. I'm going to do.
That was it. That was the throwing shade at Obama. That was fucking nothing compared to what the people on this network do day in and day out to President Trump. Are you fucking kidding me? But anyway, going back to Jemele Hill and what she says about this. This is her talking about the Obama comment. This brings in the conversation the dynamic of being biracial and feeling of having to choose between claiming one race over another. I mean, I know there's some people who feel like you should, and I understand that, but I very much understand the premise of you were raised by two people, you come into this world through two people, you feel as if you don't want to pick. The part that really alarmed folks is them going on to say, well, I don't understand why the president, or I'm fascinated by the former president, choosing to identify as black when his black dad wasn't even around. She believes this is what caused Steele to get a lot of the smoke she got, criticizing the message that simply because his black dad wasn't present, that she should not have chosen to identify as black. She didn't even say that. She simply said that she thought it was interesting. She didn't say she doesn't think he should have done that. She says, I think it's interesting that he was raised by his white family, but he identifies as black with his father who was not around. That is all that she said about it. And keep in mind that Jemele Hill is someone who has used her race at every single opportunity, bases her entire takes based off of her race and her perception of how other people view her because of her race and her gender. That's what her entire shtick is about. That's what ESPN was about for a long fucking time and still is to some extent. So the idea that she's criticizing Sage Steele over having a comment about race, a very offhanded comment about the president, the former president's race, it's nonsensical when she uses this at each and every opportunity because these people are fucking hypocrites. People like Jemele Hill are hypocrites. And of course, we also have the part about the jab itself. I want to listen to what she says. We'll go down here. What she says about the mandate.
I respect everyone's decision. I really do. Yeah. But to mandate it is sick. And it's scary to me in many ways. But I have a job. A job that I love, and frankly, a job that I need. But again, I love it. I just, I'm not surprised it got to this point, especially with Disney. I mean, a global company.
And of course, Sage Steele did end up getting the vaccine despite not wanting to because she wanted to keep her job. And Jemele Hill basically says she's a hypocrite for taking it, but then speaking out against the mandate. No, that is not hypocritical. It is not hypocritical to be okay with taking it or thinking that you should take it, but also not thinking it should be required for everyone. There's a lot of people out there that are vaccinated that don't believe these mandates should exist. And that's really a problem in a lot of these cases. You have people that are okay with an opposing point of view. You have people that are okay with people choosing to live their lives one way. But then you have a certain segment of the population, the Jemele Hills of the world, the woke lunatics, the Twitter people that want you to submit, that want you to inject yourself with whatever, and it doesn't matter. And if you refuse to do that, you're a bigot, you're a terrible person, and you deserve to die. That's what these people think. And this is what Jemele Hill said. Hill's hypothesis is that those comments didn't go over well with ESPN's parent company, telling Blow the company doesn't like that type of criticism. My guess is that probably didn't play very well inside the building because that's a direct criticism of company policy. She believes the whole situation has multiple levels. She sees her comments as direct contradictions to each other as she is fully vaccinated. Well, like I said, that may not make sense to you, Jemele Hill, but everybody else can understand where someone, even if they do choose to get it, they still can be against mandates for all and still think it's terrible and disgusting that a company would do that. Not a surprise that woke loser Jemele Hill trying to gain more relevance, trying to stay in the conversation. What a terrible picture they chose of her. I guess maybe you can't really find any better, but that's Jemele Hill. Let me know your thoughts about this entire thing in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.